childcare, with rent, bills, credit cards. I had to call my student loan and ask them if I could lower my payment for a year. And so they agreed to let me do that, but I know it's still accruing interest.
Right, and weighing on you probably.
It is, and I'm thinking, and that's up at the end of the year, and the person I spoke with said, oh, we could reevaluate at the end of the year, see if you could go back to your regular monthly payments, or you still want to do the lower. And I'm thinking I'm still probably going to have to keep it at the lower payment, and I know I'm going to be paying this off until I'm dead.
Oh, God.
At least that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for the future?
Well, I'm really, dealing with it is just lowering the payments for right now, and in the future, I don't know. I mean, we may have to, we just have to think how we can increase our income. Really, I think is what it comes down to.
That is one of the key things. I mean, there's two pieces, right? If we want to increase our cash flow, we have to increase our income or decrease our expenses. And it sounds like in a lot of ways you've paid a lot more attention than ever before, probably, to where your money's going,
right,
with your expenses. And so do you and your husband sit down and go through that on a weekly or a monthly basis to look at where your money's going? We
do. Probably not every week, but we do. I mean, we talk about it a lot. It's a hot topic of conversation in our household about what we're spending and what we need to do to try and do certain things.
And have you felt like it's been a strain on your relationship, or is it a way that you've been able to come together?
I think at times it's a strain. I think I remember reading somewhere that the number one arguments between couples is usually about money. But we're in the same boat, so we're really trying to work together on this and just make it better for both of us and make it better for our son, because we certainly don't want him to have to deal with any sort of financial repercussions from us.
Right, from what you're dealing with right now. And I also think that it's part of the consideration in having more children and that kind of a thing,
Absolutely.
too. Is how do we afford our current lifestyle?
Right.
And how would we afford a lifestyle in the future with an extra mouth to feed
right.
and all the joy that comes with that?
Absolutely.
With clothes and
right. No, I mean, all the child and all the expenses. I mean, he's a joy, and I wouldn't trade all of that for anything. I mean, it's worth it. He's absolutely worth it. But it's a strain.
And have you found that you've gotten creative around the things that you're even buying when it comes to?
Yes, I've tried to make an effort to buy more generic medicine, just foods and things like that. Just try and keep it generic. I've really gotten good about clipping coupons. Actually, my aunt mails me coupons on an almost weekly basis. She clips coupons, but she does that for everybody in the family. She sends us coupons, and we try and be good about that and getting things on sale, and even looking online for coupons before we purchase something.
That's a really good thing to do on everything from the small day-to-day to tires to some of the larger purchases. I personally have saved several $100s by doing that, just on the tire purchase I made earlier this year.
And just, trying to shop around and even barter certain things, a little bit. And babysitting, friends have offered to babysit in return, we'll do something for them. So
that's one that I've actually been suggesting and people have been starting to do is where I'll watch your child tonight while you go on date night, and then you'll swap, and then that way neither one is paying for babysitter, and then you get a play date.
Exactly, and that's what we do with our neighbors. They have a little boy who's slightly older than our son, so we swap with them a lot. And again, neighbors who have an older child, they they give us clothes to borrow, and then we just box them up and give them back. And so it works out great. And a few other people we work with give us clothes for him. So it's been great.
There's also one more research I wanted to mention while we were talking about it. There's something called alice.com, ALICE.com, and what that does is you can buy all of your staples around the house, like whether it's laundry detergent or food, and they actually, it's a cool system. They basically will get whatever coupons are out there and automatically apply it to these staples. And if you buy a certain number of items, then you get shipping for free too. So it helps you on everything, toilet paper, paper towels, all sort of like day-to-day stuff, and then it just gets shipped right to your door and at a lower price.
Oh wow!
So
that's good to know.
Something else to think about.
Absolutely,
because there is a piece that every $10, $20, $100 really does add up. And one thing that could be useful too is to is to start to track your money on a monthly basis and just kind of overall look at it and say, how much are we really spending? Do you have an idea now in terms of thousands of dollars a month what you're...
Yeah, rent, include rent, probably about $3,000 or so a month, I think.
Probably more than that.
Probably
even,
a little bit more.
Including debt repayments too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're definitely spending more than what we're taking in.
So I think that that's an important consideration to spend some time on, and it's partly what I cover in my classes and my coaching people, but is to think about, okay, what's the total amount that I'm making, and how is that getting allocated? And what's the total amount that I'm spending, and really looking at the two, because we know that we can't continue, we can't sustain ourselves, and especially because you've done so well to keep getting on top of what you need to manage, to make sure that you're not continually spending more than you're bringing in, because then we're going to be digging ourselves back into a hole. As a follow-up to what you've done to address this, right? We started to talk about a few things that you've done and some great tips for our viewers to look to see how they could be bringing in themselves. When it comes to anything else you've done, is there anything else you'd like to share, whether it's on the income side or the expense side?
Sure. We've really tried to get creative with where we buy things. Our TV died, and while TV is not a necessity, it feels like it is. So we went on Craigslist,
especially because we're on TV.
Exactly. I mean, we bought a used TV. In a good condition. We paid maybe $70 for it or something like that. So, trying to
70 versus 700.
Exactly. We knew we didn't need a flat screen plasma TV. I mean, those are nice to have, but it's not a necessity. Just a basic, nice TV was something that worked for us. So we try and do that. We try and get things off the internet. We've tried to get creative in terms of maybe making extra income, some side jobs, little things like that. Just trying not to spend as much. I know we used to get a lot of takeout, so we've tried to not do that as much. I mean, we don't drink coffee, we don't smoke or things like that. But there's little things that we like to do, and takeout was one of them. So we've tried to limit that. With the movies also, we like to go to the movies. We've limited that a lot. We do a little bit more on demand or rent videos.
Or Netflix. So I mean, thank you for sharing all of that, because I think that there's something to get here around. There are changes you can make to your behavior, to your lifestyle, that can still keep you engaged and excited and enjoying your life without feeling like everything is a sacrifice. And so thank you very much for having us in today. Thank you, Colin, for participating in our TV show as well. And I really do appreciate it. And I wish you luck, and if there's anything I can do in the future.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today. To wrap it up, right now I'm outside the Goodwill store here in Davis Square, and it is hustling and bustling, and actually all three of the consignment or donation shops here in Somerville are. And it's amazing actually that nowadays what we're finding is that they're getting busier, the quality is going up for you to use as a resource, and the people are recognizing that they can still have what they want and learn how to live within their means. On today's show, Improving Your Personal Economy, we spoke with lots of different people, literally from students in their 20s to a woman living on Social Security who's 79 and did look great for 79. And so what I would say to you is there are things that you can be doing to take control and improve your personal economy. Thank you for joining us today for Money on Your Mind. Today's show is brought to you by Bonnie Automotive for all of your automotive needs at 640 Boston Ave in Ball Square, Somerville, and Al Fresco Restaurant, literally right down the street from here, specializing in Italian and Mediterranean food at 382 Highland Ave in Davis Square in Somerville. Stay tuned for more shows where we help you to save, to manage your credit cards, to provide for your retirement, all of your, literally, money on your mind issues. My name is Belinda Fuchs, the president of OwnYourMoney.com and the host of this Money on Your Mind TV show. Stay tuned for more ways to make more, save more, and stress less about the money on your mind.